I do a lot of outdoor cooking, whether it be on the grill or on my smoker or on a Blackstone griddle. And I have 2 grills, and I have 2 smokers, and I have 2 Blackstones. I've got one set at the campground, I got one set here at home. One thing I'm always seem to be lacking is prep table space when I'm outdoors. The little side tables that come on grills and things like that are pretty small, but I want something that I can keep outside. Vevor has some stainless steel prep tables here, and they're probably actually made to be kept in your kitchen or whatever. But they offered to send me one to check out, and I said, yep, I'll do that because I've got a perfect use for it. That's what's in this box here. It's not a real big one. I didn't want a great big thing I got to deal with. I wanted something small. So we're going to get this out of the box, put it together, see how it looks. Okay, unboxing a table here is probably not going to be real exciting. Well, we'll see what we got here. Styrofoam. And everything is strapped together in one unit. So not much to unpack in that. And then you got some foam packing in there. Well, I got parts flying all over the place here. So that there is probably the lower shelf. And then you have legs, of course. A little box of hardware. Another shelf. And the top. There is a protective film on the surfaces here. As you can see, it'll have to be peeled off. So I imagine it's going to be pretty simple and straightforward. So in that little box was a little bag of hardware. There's also a alien wrench in here to help you assemble it. I may use a direct driver. We'll see here, and some washers. Other than that, I do not see anything like directions, but this is kind of self-explanatory. Okay, your first part, and since there's no directions, I'm going to go through this in case you're a little bit challenged by it. You'll have these pieces here with no taper on either end. There'll be a single nut cert on one end, there'll be 3 up farther. The one with the single on will go down here. And then you will need one of your bolts and a washer. There's a hole right here in the side that you can guide that into. So like so, and then you'll repeat that on each of the 4 corners. And if you should choose to use a different type of driver like I am here, because I don't like to do that, this is 5 M&Ms. Just don't overdo it. Okay, now here you have a choice. You can either go ahead and put the tapered things on like so right away, which will go and push it. I'm not going to push it in yet, because I'm going to use my second option, and that will be to install one of my shelves first. And they will mount exactly the same way as when you put the table together. Just get it fit in there between all the legs. You decide what height you want it on and then put the screws in. You get a pretty good straight alignment. I suggest just starting these before you tighten them up. Okay, your last part of the assembly is going to be putting on the leg extensions and the last shelf. And you're going to have to keep something in mind here, because if you push these in hard and you don't have all the nut certs aligned, you're going to have a hard time putting that shelf on. So what I kind of suggest is you just slip them in a little bit. Or you could actually put the shelf on separate and then slide these in. But you want to be able to move that so you can get your shelf lined up with the nut certs. And if you've never heard the term nut cert, that's what these little guys are. Now it'll be a matter of putting your last shelf on. And I'm going to opt to put this one all the way on the bottom. Okay, one suggestion here, once you have your shelves on, you got everything tightened up, your regulation rubber hammer or a block of wood and another hammer. That'll set these good so they won't be like just slipping in and out if you happen to pick the table up. And you will have an extra bolt and washer. They usually do that in case you have one that has messed up threads. You'll have a spare. Oh, there you are. Okay, we got her all put together. I do need to peel this plastic stuff off, or I may let the wife do it. She has fingernails and I don't. So one of the things I always like to do with anything stainless steel is to find out if it's magnetic or not, because that generally indicates how much nickel there is and how likely it is to rust. So here I have a magnet. Prove that. There's the alien wrench to stick right to it. And this does not stick. Legs, top, shelves. Doesn't stick to anything, so it's a fairly good grade of stainless. I will say it's not a real heavy gauge. I don't know that I would be using this commercially, you know, where you're banging it in a big heavy-duty commercial kitchen. But for, you know, in your kitchen at home, or for me, it's going to be a prep table for outdoors. It's going to be ideal. No, it does not have casters. You could easily drill some holes in the bottom and put casters on it if you wished. But I don't need this to roll around, and it's not that heavy. So if I need to pick it up, move it around, I can. Give you a little, there's a top there. It's going to be a nice, perfect little prep table to sit some things on while I'm working on doing my grilling, cooking, or smoking. Of course, it's not big enough to prep a brisket on, but I've got a big table for that. And one other thing you will want to do after you get it all assembled and the plastic peel off, yeah, I'm definitely going to let the wife do that. I don't have enough fingernails for that. Is you're going to need to wash it well with some like Dawn dishwasher soap or dishwashing detergent or something like that, because there's a lot of manufacturing oil on there, and my hands got pretty dirty putting this together. You can kind of feel it on there, but that's kind of to be expected, I guess. Not a big deal, just something to keep in mind. You're going to need to wash it. I mean, you probably would anyway. I think even like Windex would work to clean this off. So again, this was provided to me by Vevor to demonstrate here, and I've done so. There'll be a link in the description on where to get this, and they have many sizes. I didn't want a great big one for what I'm going to use it for. I think you can get these all the way up to like 4 feet long, and I don't need anything that big for my little area up there. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Roger in the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.